Hi Pedro, Daphne here. Thank you for getting back so fast. Well done, working brilliantly hard. Good on the essay corrections. You don't need to send me the whole corrected essay each time. It takes a lot of time for you. The most important thing is that you keep your correction sheet up to date. That's really good. Well done. Thank you for the questions. Agree, disagree? Yeah, ideally yes. And I would go for, it doesn't matter. Essentially, which one should be first? There are lots of different opinions on this. Honestly, whichever one you're more comfortable with. Some say you could do for me personally, if I agree, then I would do the agree first, then do however and the disagree, and then my conclusion comes back to the agree. Yeah, in conclusion, I firmly believe that. So for me, that's more logical. So I would, if I was agreeing, I'd go agree, disagree, agree in the conclusion. I hope that helps. You can argue all one way. If you do that, you have to acknowledge the other side. So you could do agree, all of paragraph 1, a little sentence in the beginning of paragraph 2 to disagree, and then carry on agreeing in the rest of paragraph 2. Okay, I hope that makes sense, but we'll practice those. Task 1, can you estimate? Yeah, if it's not clear, then you have to say approximately 15 or around 15. That's absolutely fine. I mean, often you can't see every single unit, can you? So in many countries, traditional foods are being replaced by fast food at negative impact. To what extent? Okay, do you agree or disagree? Well done on the planning. That's great. Okay, so health experts and food industry managers throughout the world, nice one, are debating whether, this has H, over-industrialized food has a negative or positive impact on people. Okay, let's just check that. Okay, I'm just going to move this question to here just so we can work on it at the same time. Okay. Yeah, people, you could expand that a little bit. People and traditions, or people, customs and traditions, because it's not just people. Some believe it's the solution for food issues in a rushing world. Okay, in a rushing world. We wouldn't say in a rushing world, we would say in a fast-paced world. But you've got to give me a bit more here, due to its price and convenience. So give me a little bit more. I'm going to keep on saying this, I'm afraid. Personally, I firmly disagree, because you can't just do that, because I need to know a bit more again. So tell me why. A little bit, not the whole essay, but a little bit. And then I'll analyse how food is negatively commuting society. I don't think commuting. Not sure on your word choice there. Okay. I'd rather you said because and then this point into here. Okay. So just need a little bit of practice on those introductions, making sure you're giving me enough information to bring me into the essay. So on one hand, there's ample evidence of the adverse effects of fast food. Okay, but again, give me more. Particularly its unhealthy content. Okay, so keep thinking of expanding your sentences, expanding your ideas as much as possible. You need a longer topic sentence there. The central reason behind this is twofold. Firstly, it does not contain the recommended proportion of fats, carbohydrates, and proteins more needed for a healthy diet. Yeah, because, give me more, it relies heavily on salt and sugar. So expand that. Secondly, it consists mainly of low quality calories. And then join this together because, for example, an average fasting meal has over 1,500 calories. which represents, so again, keep joining it together, which represents around 75% of a daytime needs. Okay, a daytime needs, and in addition, comma, this is mostly cholesterol. So all this for me should be one really nice, long, complex sentence from this. So it really push this, okay? Okay, thus, in just one meal, not you, we don't talk about you, take that out. So you'd say the daily fats. So in just one meal, daily fat requirements are being exceeded, leading to serious consequences. Okay, so just turn it around so we don't have to have you in there. That works. Okay, now, for example, you've had, for example, there, all right, okay, over thousands of published papers, yeah, support the argument that and you'd have to tell me what it is, or, because that's the whole thing, expand, or support the argument, or you could go have shown that the link between overconsumption of fast food and health is undeniable. Something like that, okay? But my main message here is push your sentences much longer. Thus, current trends in utilization is causing. Okay, good. Social disease, you haven't talked to me about social disease. You talked to me about health disease, but you haven't talked to me about social yet, okay? I want you to, but you haven't yet. You've talked about health. Okay, so good paragraph. Sometimes I think you don't need a sentence. You could combine your sentences to make them more complex. Think about longer, more complex sentences. On the other hand, there are some benefits and exceptions about rapid food. Rapid food, we could use, you can use fast food. You can use convenience food. There are other ways you can do it. In a rushing world, so again, not this word, in a busy world and demanding, world where time is scarce, good quick meals can be a solution rather than a problem. Why? Tell me why. Moreover, not every food is hazardous. Okay, and this is the case in green fast meals. Ah, nice one. Green fast meals. So what are these? So you need to go which, which is slowly but steadily increasing worldwide. Okay, so which contain, or which are largely vegan, or which contain fresh vegetables, whatever. Very good point. Increasing worldwide, no full stop, therefore contributing to fast but healthy diets. Furthermore, these sorts of cuisines are cheaper. These sorts should be plural, are cheaper than traditional food, having a positive impact on family finances. Okay, fast foods has some positive factors. Okay, nice one. That's a very interesting point. I would put an example in here. For example, and you can make a nice study about the growth of green fast food. Very clever. Good, okay. So you've talked about fast food a lot. You haven't talked about how it's negatively affecting, you've talked about how it's affecting health, okay? But what we really want you to expand on as well is this idea of family, individuals and society, which I don't feel you're fully addressing. I think you need to think about impact on the family. So everybody's eating fast food. So people aren't eating as many family meals sitting together, sharing the family recipes, sharing talk, communicating together. This is a really important element of this question. Health is one thing, yeah, but there's a lot more in this question as well. If vegetarian and healthy compensate industrialized fat rapid food, this tendency would change. Absolutely. Reducing the negative impact. That's a good conclusion. Well done. So a few things there. Really push these sentences to longer sentences and really make sure you're getting right into the depth of the question. Okay. Otherwise, well done. Good work. Please, can you include the picture for me each time? Okay. All on one page is great. And put the picture in. Thank you. Because we need to look at it. So the bar graph shows brown and black girls' shoe sales. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Hungary had the largest total shoe sales. Now, I'm just going to mention. Okay, Ben, we have a lot of discussion about this between the tutors here and Ben. Okay. Ben likes the sentence at the end. We like it at the beginning. It doesn't really matter, but for me, it's more logical here because it's like an intro, okay? Overall, except for France, Poland and Belgium, the comparative brown and black amount of shoes sold was similar for 6 out of 9 countries, which sold between 5... That's a bit confusing. Which sold, past tense then, between 50 and nearly 150,000 for the 2 colours. Okay. You could do that. I would be inclined to keep it simpler. Overall, the highest amount of shoes were sold in Hungary, or highest amount of shoes of both colours were sold in Hungary, whereas, nice linking word, the lowest amount of black, or brown rather, was in Belgium. Yeah. And lowest, and fewest, you could change the word, fewest black shoes was in Belgium, and fewest black shoes were purchased, change the word, in, so the lowest one for black is France, I think. Sorry, that's not very visible there. I think France. So I'm keeping my overall sentence pretty simple, okay? I'm not really giving any numbers in my overall sentence either. Then I'm going to get into detail. Hungary had the largest total shoe sales, yep, over 125,000. We don't put an S on it. Sorry, no S. For both brown and black colour. With slightly more comma there. That's not a full stop, so colour, comma. With slightly more brown than black. Okay. It was followed by Italy. Okay. So Italian shoppers, yeah, purchased slightly less. Yeah. So mix it up. Don't just give me a list. If you give me a list, you can't score very well. So Italian shoppers purchased slightly less. And then you could put in these, but in a smaller number. That doesn't need to be in brackets. That's great. So you could come into a new section here if you want. Only France and Holland had below 100,000 shoes sold. Good for both brown and black. 5 countries. Good. That's really nice. Okay, give me numbers here. With numbers. Ranging between X and Y. So give me a bit more detail in there. Okay, so we really want to get into the numbers here. So we don't really want numbers in the overall, but here we do want the numbers. Okay, so give me a little bit more in here. Also compare the details. So you could say while French, or let's take while UK shoppers. You need to mention all the countries. UK shoppers preferred, so slightly preferred, black over brown, the opposite was true of, so we want someone that prefers brown over black. Maybe you can take, well, that one is Ireland with units, sold of X and Y, or Y and X. So get into a bit of comparison, get into a bit of grouping. You can't use the word surprisingly because that is your opinion. So this is factual. Only in Belgium were there. Now, if you're going to start with only, you have to reverse the verb. Okay, were there. Nearly no brown shoes sold at all. Registering. They give me the number 5,000 or less than 5,000. Whereas black ones, good, past tense or exceeded the thousands, this being the biggest difference. Okay, very nice, good sentence there. So you've got lots of good stuff going on, well done. We really want 4 sections, okay, so you can bring that back up to here. 4 sections, this one paraphrasing what you can see the title, an overall sentence with no numbers, just the highlights. Then I want you to get into the detail and I want you to think about grouping and compare, which you are doing, but do it more. Okay, well done, good work.